Good evening and welcome to the LOL with Lisa show on Roatan Radio 101.1, the Bay Islands Buzz. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I appreciate it very much. We are getting ready to start the LOL with Lisa show with a very special guest who has made an extraordinary effort to be here with us today, Mr. Daniel Hill, all the way from across the pond on the other side in England, who is awake at 3 o'clock in the morning to say hello. So Daniel, thank you so much for being here with us. I'll let you do a little intro. We'll talk about our gratitude, and then we'll start our show, okay?
Hi, everyone. Yeah, it's 3 o'clock in the morning in England, and I've got up because this is a labour of love. This is what I love talking about. I love talking anyway. You might have a job shutting me up in this hour. I thought, have I only got an hour? I'm a clinical hypnotherapist. I'm a master practitioner of NLP. I'm an advanced EFT practitioner, and I call myself an Enneagram coach and a spiritual counsellor. And I deal with people's unstillness, and I've been doing so for the last 6 years, and I've seen many hundreds and hundreds of clients, probably getting on for nearly 1,000 probably now, I should think, and seen them for quite a number of sessions. And I see people on Skype, and I see people in person. And I've travelled the country and helped people up and down in England, and I deal with all different types of issues and problems, from chronic illness to depression, to anxiety, to any disturbance really that goes on within somebody, and they need my assistance. And I'm an alternative to a counsellor or a psychotherapist, and I'm getting to someone's unconscious issues, and we're working on the past as much as we're working on the present and the future. So gratitude-wise, I am so grateful for being here, and so grateful for connecting, and so grateful for my life. So handing that back to you.
Oh, well, okay. Well, that was a short gratitude list, but that's a good one.
Oh, I can come up with lots more if you'd like me to. I mean, it's not hard.
Wow, okay. Let's see here. Today I'm grateful for my show. I'm very grateful for you. I'm grateful that you could be here with me today. I know this definitely has to be a labor of love because there aren't many people who get up at 3 o'clock in the morning to say hello.
That's true. This is true. Yes.
I am grateful that I have the ability to love. I'm very grateful for that. And I'm grateful that I know people who are metaphysically centered based. I like that. I get good feelings, and I appreciate it a little bit more when I can experience life from the vantage of all of us together instead of just me or just somebody else, right?
I've just thought of a fantastic gratitude. Thank you for Skype.
Oh,
thank you for the internet. I mean, otherwise this would just be a figment in my imagination, getting up at 3 in the morning talking to myself, which used to happen. But now it's like, wow, I can connect. I don't know how many miles it is, thousands of miles. But how many people are out here, do you think, today?
You know what? I'm not sure how many people are out there today.
Okay, well, we'll give gratitude for every listener who's tuned in, particularly those in England, if any have been mad to get up at 3 a.m. after they saw my Facebook post. So I'm really grateful if any of those have turned up.
Maybe what they're doing is they are waiting for you to record this and give it back to them.
Yes, well, that's. I will be recording this and putting this to my YouTube channel, and so people can watch this at a reasonable hour in this country. I know a few people follow me, and they're fascinated by the Enneagram because they often see it within some of my posts, and what is this Enneagram thing? But anyway, sorry, I don't want to start talking about it before we finish the gratitude. So let me know when you want me to roll, and I'll be like a spinning top. I'll be off.
No, what we need to do is we just need to. I think we're probably okay on the gratitude thing.
Okay.
And so we can start talking about some of the things that you and I were discussing.
Excellent. What is the Enneagram? The Enneagram. Okay, so Ennea means 9, and graph gram means graph. So it's a graph of 9 personality types. And often, I mean, when I first got into that, I remember thinking, 9 personality types? There've got to be more than 9 personality types. But no, there are 9 personality types according to the Enneagram. And they're 9 ways of being in the world. They're 9 perspectives of seeing and sensing the world. And they're all based around the ego. And the ego's need for either, when we think about ego, I mean, years ago when I used to just think about ego, I just thought it was all about sort of love and approval. Like you'd say that guy's got a big ego. He'd pull up in a flash car or pull up in a, with a great girlfriend or flashing the money around, and you'd think, oh, he really loves himself. So when we think about ego, quite often we do think about that. But actually, the ego is also just as much in the need or the want for security as much as it is for love and approval. And it is also just as much in the need for that as the need for control. So you've got 9 personality types based around the 3 needs of the ego, which are love and approval, control, and security. So you have 3 in security, 3 in control, and 3 in love and approval. And again, I just thought, well, surely there must be more than that. But they do all fall into these categories. And it's the study, it's very ancient because it's the study of human suffering. It's the study of human beings being stuck in life or being very lost or being non-being, I would say. That there's a distinct lack of being within these people. And often when there is so much lack of being, it's very easy to spot somebody's type because they will be suffering because they haven't got the love and approval that they want. They'll be suffering because they haven't got the control that they want, or they'll be suffering because they haven't got the security that they want. And even when they get it, there's still a drive from the unconscious or the ego that wants to get to be, so it's still unstill. And the incessant unstillness is really the cause of the world's problems. And people who end up having peace and finding peace often have transcended their ego and gone to the opposite tendency, which is what we all need to do to transcend our egos in order to experience either enlightenment or spiritual transformation or just a sense of peace. I wrote something down, it was by Joseph Campbell, and he said, the cave you fear to enter holds the treasure you seek. And we all have a tendency that will be going towards one way in life. And we have to understand what that way is and come to peace with it and to terms with it, and to understand that it's the need of the ego, it's the need of our deep unconscious wanting, a deep unconscious craving that's inside of us. And often we can still it and it becomes quite quiet. But in times of stress, it can come out even more and even more more powerfully inside of us and cause us to really suffer. The people who come to me for therapy or coaching are usually in that place, and a lot of my role is to work with the present unstillness in that person's life. But then quite often I'm able to type the individual, so I'm able to come up with the enneatype that they are. And usually when I do, it's an amazing path of self-discovery that they end up going on, because they will read about themselves and go, oh my goodness, this is just like me. I do this behaviour. This is just amazing. I can't believe that a ninth of the world are like me as well. And they are. And God, the universe, all that is, the home office, our great maker, or whatever you want to call the universe, sprinkles these 9 types throughout the whole of humanity. He doesn't just put a load of type 1s in Brazil and type 2s in Mexico or whatever. They're sprinkled out throughout the whole of humanity. Whoops. And why are they sprinkled out like that? Because we need each other, and there's so much dichotomy, there's so much difference. I mean, you could put 100 type 2s, and I think you're a type 2. We certainly analysed you a little bit. Well, I analysed you, and you fed back to me when we had our little chat. And you could put 100 2s in one room, and they'd all be slightly different. They're not all going to be exactly the same. But a type 2 is the helper, and they have a need for love and approval. And you've talked to me a little bit about that. And yes, I say 100 type 2s would all be wanting that love and approval in a slightly different way, but pretty much all the same. So that might be a bit contradictory, but that's the way it is, and that's sort of humanity in a way. It is quite contradictory, sort of ego need. But maybe you should ask me something, sort of like, because otherwise I could probably split off, and I don't know if I'm going to bore people, and I want to raise the vibration as well, because I just don't want this to be just all kind of like, kind of.
No, this is the thing. First of all, I need you to get closer to your mic.
Okay.
There are people that are straining to hear what you're saying.
Okay.
We don't want them to strain. We want them to go, woo, did you hear that?
Okay. Well, I'm a little bit nearer. Now.
Okay. Second, I forgot to say hello to Teresa Jones and Tina Simpson. They're listening in Oklahoma, so if you guys are tuned in listening, woo, thanks.
Hello there. Hi in Oklahoma.
Yeah, it's not 3 o'clock, so they're okay.
Yeah, it's probably 8 in the evening, something like. It's not 3:15 in the morning. Hey, there's a good moon outside over here, so you've got a good moon. Got a good moon to look forward to if you can't see it already. Not sure if it's a full moon, but it's a very nice moon.
It has been so beautiful here lately. But Daniel, a couple of things. One is, yeah, I'm sorry, I do have to laugh. We are LOL with Lisa right now, which means that we have to laugh out loud. Because you can't take life too seriously, right? Absolutely. I take it serious enough for all of us. So, you are talking about me being a helper type, and if we had 200 in the room, I don't know how we'd all act if there were 200 of us.
I know, you'd all be helping each other, going, well, you need help, I need help. Well, what are we all here for? We're all helpers. Sort of, yeah.
I know, I tell you. Oh, wait, hang on, you know what I could do? Oh, man, I just can't even imagine, so... So, but the good thing is that, at least we're delightful kind of souls, right?
Absolutely. I love 2s more than, well, I shouldn't bias, but actually I love 2s more than any of them. Sort of, I've always got on with 2s. It's really strange because when I discovered the Enneagram, I found out that I was actually friends with 2 types. I'm friends with, before I knew what the Enneagram was, these are the people I was just drawn towards. And I was always drawn towards 2s, who are the helpers. And as a security type, I'm a 6. So as a security type, I found other types a little bit more threatening. And 2s, you're not threatening at all. You're lovely, and you're always there to help, wanting to help others and gain connection and sort of in that way. And the other type I was drawn to were 5s, and 5s are a security type, but they're actually more withdrawn. Eckhart Tolle is a 5, for example. I'm trying to think of some other famous 5s. John Lennon was a 5. Kurt Cobain was a 5. All at varying stages of their own evolution, but the 5s I never really feel particularly threatened by either. And as a 6, my ego is looking for the need for security, and hence I've evolved quite a lot, because now I'm speaking to 1,000 people, quite a few thousand people around the world, and exposing myself on this level. Well, there was one time when I was paranoid and I couldn't leave my flat, and I used to lie down at the end of work in the recovery position, just having panic attack after panic attack. So I've gone within to look for my security, as opposed to outwardly. And this is where every single one of the types begins to evolve, by going within. This is all the spiritual teachings, or any even sort of it's in religion. What you are seeking externally, ultimately you have to find within yourself. And that's why it's the opposite tendency. You don't put the energy out there, you go within.